Imagine reality as a kind of simulation where astrology functions as the underlying code. This is what I was listening to in a podcast from the Astrology podcast. The main host there was talking about that, and it got me to thinking. In this framework, the events of our lives are not random, but embedded within a symbolic system that can be interpreted and to some extent anticipated. One's birthday becomes more than a maker of time. It acts like a key, unlocking patterns that hint at personality, purpose, and trajectory. Through this lens, astrology is not merely predictive. It is revelatory. It offers a way to read the architecture of individual lives as well as the unfolding narrative of maybe nations, for example, and collective moments. Each chart becomes a map of potential, guiding us towards a deeper understanding of our role within the greater design. In this coded reality, meaning is not imposed from the outside, it is discovered, decoded, and lived. Also, I found interesting as I was looking at my DNA, I was coming across the idea that what if our DNA is more than biology? What if it is a living archive, a coded map, not only of where we come from, but of where we have been? Imagine that within us exists a quiet record of past lifetimes, echoes of places once inhabited, identities once worn, choices once made, not as literal memories we can recall, but as subtle imprints, instincts we can't explain, affinities from distant lands, fears and talents that arrive without introduction. For example, I see in my DNA, I have some Papa Niue, meaning that I'm an islander, have some islander in me. But looking around me, I'm never, I don't know anyone, not even ancestral-wise, who have, come from islands. And so it makes me wonder about a dream I had and a fear that I have as a child where I was swimming in deep, deep water and I could hold my breaths for long periods of time. And even in this lifetime, I'm able to hold my breath underwater for long periods of time. I think the longest was like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But just to dive deep into the water to collect things from the bottom of the water. And I was, seeing this in my vision and dreams as a child. And then as I became older, I found that I was able to do it in actual reality. But then I was attacked by something in the water. And I recall living on this island. So maybe at some point I was living on an island in another lifetime. And this is what I recall. Until this day, I don't really particularly like going out deep into the oceanic waters. I like to stay close to the shore. But if I'm in a pool, I will swim pretty deeply and hold my breath for long periods of time, just to kind of get an idea. In this view, you could say DNA becomes a kind of spiritual cartography. It traces not just ancestry, but possibility, I can't say this word today, but possibly a map of who we may have been and perhaps clues to who we are still becoming. Maybe the deja vu We feel the pull towards certain cultures or paths is not random at all, but recognition and remembering without words. And if that's true, then our lives are not isolated stories, but chapters in a much longer narrative, one that we carry quietly in every cell. Just thought I'd share that.